We're back
with
with
Umineko episode 3.
aka the part where I stop knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
From here on, I'm completely blind. I finished episode 2, and then I was like, "Hey, Rena, do you want to actually read Umineko for my channel?"
So we went through all of that again.
Yeah. So I went through all of episodes 1 and 2 again.
I did too.
Yeah. So now it's time for episode 3. Banquet of the Golden Witch. Good morning. I'm quite surprised to see you still haven't surrendered. The Golden Witch has extremely high hopes for you. Have you figured out the structure of this world by now? You have no choice at victory unless you know the rules. Or no chance at victory unless you know the rules. Please enjoy your game with the witch to your heart's content. The difficulty level is equal. Equal for both you and the witch. And in general, the blah blah blah, everything's fake.
This happened to my buddy Battler.
That disclaimer is a lie. This happened to my buddy Battler. Oh fuck, what is this now? Is this another building that we didn't know was on the fucking island? Is this? I swear. The vase was very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. Of course, it was a member of Grandfather's favorite collection, so that I didn't accidentally destroy its fragile beauty. I was always given strict orders to never to touch it. But that just made me want to touch it. It looked light, and yet so elegant that just glancing at it gave it an indescribable sense of dignity. I wanted to see what it felt like to touch a vase like that. However, just as Grandfather had said, it was a thing that shouldn't be touched. Something this beautiful should never be touched. Such beauty can only dwell in something so easily broken. Because of that, just the brush of a finger by someone like me would. Just like how a fun dream disappears with a poof when you wake up. It disappeared, fell, and broke into pieces. I realized that, because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regret it, no matter how much I apologize. Is this why Battler left for 6 years? He broke a vase, he was like, I need to go into exile to redeem myself.
I need to go on a quest.
I need to go on a quest to redeem myself. The broken vase would not be returned to its original form. Grandfather would probably scold me. Probably very harshly. I ended up breaking into tears and sobbing, frightened. As I did, I noticed something beautiful. Lightning dancing golden butterflies. They're coming towards me. As mysteriously glowing golden dots shone in the air, the butterflies began to gather one at a time. Oh, it's Beatrice. Beatrice, that reliable golden witch, had arrived. What the big fuck? That's not Beatrice. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this bitch? The butterflies kept gathering until they formed a cloud, and then she was there. Do we have... Wait. Is there... No? She was always there for me. Whenever I was in trouble, she'd always appear and save me.
Good day to you, princess.
Oh, it's Maria. I assumed it was Battler.
Don't assume anything.
Who the fuck is... Are we in another universe? Oh, fuck, we are, aren't we?
I'm not saying anything.
Beatrice. Ah. What voice should I...
Oh my. Why are you crying so, and on a day so well suited for a tea party?
I broke Grandfather's precious vase. Oh, Grandfather's gonna get mad at me. I don't know what to do.
I see. That's worrying. The master really treasured this particular vase, didn't he? Imagining how he'll punish you scares even me, Beatrice.
You're not Beatrice. grandfather was a very frightening person. And when you failed to follow something he said even once, he would become so mad with a rage that would make even the fallen angels in hell quiver. Since I knew that down to my bones, I couldn't do anything but tremble and cry.
I possess no magic that can scoop up your fallen tears, princess. But if you need magic that will prevent the master from scolding you, I might be able to manage something.
But really?
Yes, if you'll be gracious enough to believe in my power, princess. The power of belief is the source of magic. Miracles only appear before those of great faith.
I believe. I believe in your power, Beatrice. So please fix this face. Please.
If that is what you want, princess, then leave it to me, Beatrice.
You keep saying the name, and I'm starting to think you're not Beatrice. I don't know why. I mean, you look exactly like her.
Just trust me.
When she extended her index finger, a golden butterfly softly landed there and changed its form into a favorite cane. But even that was enough to give me a small glimpse of Beatrice's wonderful and awesome magic power. She pointed her cane at the broken vase, and, just like a child's lullaby, she began speaking the magic words.
Come, try closing your eyes, and try to remember. What form did you have? It was surely a very, very beautiful form. Please show me that form one more time.
Were they words? Or was it a song? No, it had to be magic. Oh, that's a new butterfly animation. After all, can't you see? The pieces of the vase are rapidly gathering together, gently returning to the place where they've been on display, reassembling into their original form. Incredible.
See, now it's back to normal. This way you won't have to get yelled at by the master.
Meta Battler comes up like, alright, what the fuck was that? I'm so confused. Beatrice, you really are amazing. You can fix broken vases like it's nothing.
That's not true. Returning something broken to its original form is a very, very difficult thing to do. My magic can only make it remember what it once was for a short time.
Hmm? But the vase really turned back to the way it was, right?
Correct. But that doesn't mean the vase has avoided its fate of being broken. All I did was temporarily get the broken vase to remember its form before it broke. I have not yet attained the high levels of magical power that might be used to restore a broken fate to its original form.
The fuck? At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion. When I went to see what had happened, I noticed that several of the servants had gathered and were cleaning up the remains of the broken vase. From what they said, it seemed a black cat had sneaked in from somewhere and had climbed up on the vase, causing it to break. I understood the meaning of Beatrice's words. At the moment I broke the vase was broken. Beatrice let me see the vase being restored, but that was a temporary thing. It didn't mean she'd changed the fate of the vase being broken. And so, the vase remembered its true form and broke. However, the one who broke it wasn't me, but a cat that had snuck in. That's right. Beatrice never said, let's fix the vase. She said she'd prevent the master from scolding me. The fate of the vase breaking hasn't changed, but the fact that I broke it certainly has. Beatrice cleverly saved me from danger with that magic.
It is very easy to break something. After all, you didn't need magic to break that vase, princess.
Then is fixing stuff really hard?
It is. It's so hard that you broke down crying. I'm sure of what to do.
Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? That breaking and killing is really easy? I don't know what age I am, but I feel like going to killing is like a weird thing. But fixing or reviving things is really hard.
That's right. With magic, it is far easier to break and kill. That's why weak witches lose to temptation and become intoxicated with gathering easy power for themselves, neglecting their true magical training. Real magic is the power to repair, to revive, to summon happiness that has disappeared, to summon love that has grown cold, and can even summon a smile to the face of a princess who has forgotten how.
Then, Beatrice, since you managed to fix that vase, does that mean you're an incredible witch?
My days of training are far from over. After all, I couldn't make the vase forget its fate for even an hour. I'm sure my teacher, who taught me magic, would have been able to restore the vase to its original form forever.
So if it kept breaking and breaking, she'd be able to fix it over and over again?
Yes, when one reaches that level, they are considered to be an endless witch. That is the endless level that all witches ought to reach. We offer the utmost respect to those witches and call them by that title.
An endless witch.
That's right. To witches with the power to mend things endlessly, the concept of breaking doesn't even exist. They are released from all the sadness caused by losing things and are promised eternal bliss.
Certainly the human world is full of sadness caused by separation and loss. To escape that sadness, people pray to gods and ask for power to withstand their sadness, believing it to be a test. In other words, a human's life is a journey, searching for a way to withstand sadness. In that case, the witch who could revive all things would be free from all the sadness in the world. Simply put, that would mean eternal bliss. I wonder if I could become a witch like you and gain eternal happiness.
You, princess? Oh, it is a long, long, difficult path, you see.
I want to become a witch. I want to find happiness. Beatrice, I want to become your disciple.
Do you have even a trace of doubt in that feeling?
No, I want to become a witch too.
I understand. Then, until you get tired of me, I will make you my disciple. Will you call me teacher?
Yes, teacher.
That's a good answer. Then from now on, learn the depths of magic along with me. I am also in training. Let us both learn the proper use of magic, doing our best to reach that blissful level.
Yes, teacher. So I have many questions.
I'm sure you do.
What the McFuck?
You want the answers?
Yeah. Let me guess, I have to wait till the answers arc?
No.
Oh my Christ.
Ah, a dream. That face takes me back.
An endless witch, was it? That rank I'd yearned for in the past at the highest possible achievement was now just another one of my titles. No, you might even call it my calling card.
Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. I trained so many days to achieve that rank. It'd be a bit of a waste if I never got a chance to appreciate it.
She shook her head lightly. If it's the highest possible level, God, that means there's nothing higher. An eternal dead end, the beginning of eternal boredom.
I remember what teacher told me.
What? Huh?
Huh?
How many Beatrices are there?
When one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. That's what makes me think. That teacher couldn't ever have reached that level.
Oh, God. Eternal bliss means eternal boredom, and that's the beginning of eternal torture. But it all depends on how you look at it. Eternal boredom is the same as a sketchbook that doesn't run out of pages. It means you can draw whatever you want and try to have as much fun as you want. Boredom is the worst sort of poison, which kills all witches. Even those great witches who are given the title Lady fear it. It's the eternal poison that tortures them because of the eternal bliss they've reached. I can't believe your natural laugh at that reaction was Beatrice's laugh.
I mean, I use a lot of my natural voice for voicing her.
Yeah, touche.
It's just more comfortable, so I can go into the different expressions she does.
Mm.
Now that I've learned the name of Endless Witch, I truly wish I could speak with Teacher again. Is happiness really what lay at the end of our training?
Or sociopathy.
And it's just what is happiness? I wish I could talk with her about that now.
Training has no end. When you think you've reached the eternal level, that's exactly the time to bemoan your own immaturity. I recall those words as though she'd answered me directly.
I see, so immature, am I?
I'd say so.
How amusing, how truly amusing.
The sound of painfully shrill laughter rang out. It was coming from my furniture. What, did they break their toy again? Should I... Since it's
Yes,
the same voice?
I think so.
Beatrice-sama! This guy stopped moving again. And I haven't had nearly enough fun yet. What a pathetic man. I think I have a different... I think they're slightly different.
What?
My sister's voice and my Lambda voice. I think my Lambda voice is much more chaotic.
Yeah.
Which is saying something for that already pretty chaotic voice. But I haven't got a chance to play it all yet. Let me play! I don't know what my voice happened there. Be silent, filth. If you keep devouring him like starving dogs, of course he'll keep breaking right away. No matter how well Beatrice-sama fixes him up. You broke him the most, Satan Nay. You don't know what holding back means. I really hope they're talking about, not Battler. I hope they're talking about George. I think it'd be funny if fucking George comes out of nowhere like, oh, what are you doing here, man? My apologies, Beatrice-sama. Please forgive my stupid little sisters. Fix it quickly. I'm next.
Ah, must you keep up that infernal racket?
A single yell was all it took to make the noisy sisters of the Seven Stakes vanish. All they do is mess around, having as much fun as they want breaking him. They only come to me to clean up afterwards. Truly, this furniture never leaves me bored. Once the furniture hid themselves, all that remained was a sloppy mess, the last remnants of a broken toy. It had no form anymore. Fucking hell!
It's hard even for me to remember its original form in this state. Better to make it remember for itself, perhaps. Oh well.
I waved my golden pipe. Then I spoke. I chanted. I made it remember.
Come, try to remember. What form did you have? After all, right now, you look pretty much like a huge lump of scrap meat. I've no idea which part is your arm and which is your leg. Unless you remember, I won't even be able to recall your face.
By the power of magic, the pitiful pieces of meat began to remember what their form had been. Which part should go with which part, and where should join with where? That's right, just like that. No, you should be a finger on the left hand. That's the right hand. That's it. Good.
Good morning. Have you woken up, Bushiromiya Battler? How ironic that your true nightmare begins after you awaken.
What the fuck was that? I thought we were playing a game! This was not the fucking deal! Ow! What?
If you would just accept that I'm a witch, you'll quickly wake up from this nightmare, and I'll send you to heaven. I am the king of Mount Purgatory.
What the fuck was Asmodeus planning to do with Battler? Apparently she's of that age.
Oh no.
What am I gonna have to voice? You saying that makes me feel like I'm gonna have to voice something.
No, I'm just saying oh no at what you said.
Oh, Jesus.
There's no escape from this hell without my approval.
You called this hell? This is useless. It's all useless.
I'm impressed you can still talk like that after experiencing the pain of death not once. Like any normal human, but more times than I can count with all my fingers. This is why I never get bored. I never get bored of you.
Yeah, no boredom problem here. After all, I get my pick of those massive tit nachons with the dazzling asses in my harem. Glad I have fucking audio of me saying that on the internet forever. Thanks for that. I'm not likely to get bored for a while now.
That's splendid. Otherwise, I would get bored too. So, my furniture, I fixed him so you can play as much as you want.
Thank you very much. Oh, mine. I told you your turn's over. I'm next. Get away from him. Wah! Wonderful, isn't Battler-kun? Look how popular you are. Probably guys have it rough. Get in line, freaks. Like a freak on the beach. Sorry. Maybe I just have stayed obedient instead of acting tough. This would go much easier. Nah, he's good like this. His screams feel so much better. Okay, let's not break him so quickly this time. Did you all hear me? You aren't running the show! Rattler-kun, let's continue where we left off, okay? After they left Jessica Chan's room with the master key, how did they return the key to the corpse pocket which was inside the room? Well, maybe. Instead, they used a fishing line or something, sending the key into the room to the back of the door. Wrong! So naive. If all the doors that exist in Rokkenjima, none has a crack through which a key can slip, then how the so they're fucking vacuum sealed doors?
Maybe the keys are just really thick.
It was wrong, right? But this time it's me. My turn. Where should I strike? The kidney! Me, back of the hand. No fair! Okay, then I got the back of his other hand. I'll take the tip of his nose! Why? Let me do too. Let me check too! Wah! Don't be so slow, Leviathan, nay. We've always done first time over serve. Okay, I'll take the top of his foot. Ah! Me too! I'll take his shoulder, okay? Sisters, right? Play nice with each other, okay? Is there still no... Okay, yeah, we still don't get any character bios. I can't believe you're still resisting. Well, I haven't you realized that your false courage actually gets us fired up? Sorry, but false courage and being stubborn are my specialties. No matter how you all try to confuse the issue, I definitely won't accept witches and magic. Even though you can't explain anything with human tricks? Are you stupid? Know your place! It's okay, we don't have to force him to accept it. Soon he'll want to accept it so hard he'll start crying. Even now, he really wants to kneel down on the ground pitifully and beg for our forgiveness. Oh, good. He's broken already. Beatrice-sama.
Ah, well. Since they know I can revive him over and over, my furniture won't even hesitate to break him. Good grief.
Giving eternal rebirth and eternal death at will. Before the endless witch Beatrice, all death and life has no meaning. Even death can become the key to escape from my cage.
Come, Battler. Remember your original form again. I'll toy with you to my heart's content, understand? You get it now.
Yeah, no, I get it now. You guys are just gonna have to imagine what that was about.
Yeah. I see. How truly pleasant to have a toy to play with for all eternity. Ah, could this be the endless bliss which is gained at the endless level? I see. Yes, this bliss certainly is amusing. I'll revive you over and over, kill you over and over. Let's see, what kind of murder play will unfold on the next game board? Come, bring it in. Let the next game begin. Ushiromiya Battler.
Alright. No? Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Wait, shit, has the oh my god, has this not been picking up the game audio at all? Hold on. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the game audio wasn't being picked up at all.
You need a checklist or something.
Yeah, I do. It's because we were just recording not too long ago.
Yeah.
I just assumed. Yeah! Yeah! Sorry. Can't wait to see her again. Wasn't an intro to this game that just spoiled everything?
Maybe?
I couldn't. Like, I remember you saying something like that.
There might be.
Welcome to Rokkenjima. Yay. Well, time to find out if there's 7-Eleven on this island.
Or Walmart.
Or Walmart. Damn, these fuckers are everywhere. Dang. Too bad Aniki hates cigarettes so much. Sorry, she's been pretty grumpy since last night. Please don't hold it against her. It's been a while since I did that voice. Rudolph and Hideyoshi went out onto the deck and took out some cigarettes. Ava has always hated the smell of cigarettes, but when she was in a bad mood, she got even more sensitive to them. They decided to smoke casually until they reached the island. The two of them had gotten yelled at and chased out onto the deck. Hideyoshi tried to use his lighter, but the strong wind gave him some trouble.
He doesn't even have a torch lighter.
Rudolph took out a Zippo with a smooth gesture and let Hideyoshi borrow the flame. Umineko brought to you by Zippo. When did you start smoking cigarettes, Hideyoshi Nii-san?
Just after the war. In the beginning, I was rolling them. Then I started using what I sold.
I don't know why I did it like that. So you're already smoking when you met Aniki. But she's always telling you to stop.
I never listened to her, so she's already completely given up on that. Men gotta be stubborn in times like these.
Women are being treated like equals? What the fuck do you mean by that, Hideyoshi? Hideyoshi laughed heartily, but Rudolph snickered. After being scolded by Ava, they escaped to the deck together, with their tail between their legs. There was little doubt who had gotten her way in that exchange.
She isn't usually so short-tempered. In fact, she's usually a more gentle, quiet woman. Every year, she changes when this day comes.
Is that so? To me, she looks just like the Aniki we've all known so long.
That's just it. She's back to being Ava of the Uchinomiya family. But that ain't the Ava I know.
Well, I know why she's grumpy. This family conference is gonna be a pain.
Got that right. There's that plan to threaten money out of Grouse Nissan. We might call it family conference, but it's gonna be just a sibling fight at this rate.
Before the family conference, 3 of the siblings had you know this. They were all facing urgent situations that needed a lot of money fast, and the only one who could turn them, Grouse, who spoke for the Uchinomiya head. Now that Kinzo spent his time shut up in the study. This has happened a few times now. For a long time now, they vaguely sensed that Kraus was taking advantage of the fact that Kinzo had lost interest in his own wealth. And they suspected that he started embezzling that wealth to suit his own purposes. Despite being disgusted by this, they turned a blind eye to it while everything was still going smoothly for them. But now that they needed money, they couldn't afford to let it slide. Ava had asked Rudolph and Rosa to form an alliance, and they were now scheming to take that money away from Kraus.
Rudolph-kun, both you and I are company presidents. We're responsible for the livelihood of our employees.
Sorry, I'm moving shit around.
Yeah.
Rosa's a president too. Well, as a hobby.
That's right, sorry.
Ah, yes, because fashion design is a hobby.
Yeah.
When you're running a company that you're losing a ton of money on.
Basically, we've all got responsibilities.
Now that I've thrown down the gauntlet in the form of the executive board, in front of the executive board, I've got to bring in the money, even if it means getting down on my knees or drinking mud.
Same here. I can't betray the employees who've trusted me and followed me for so long. That's why I need to get some money out of Kraus Nissan, even if I have to grab him by the neck.
Aniki and Aniki had always been at each other's throats. And now she's got to challenge Aniki head on. It's no wonder she's on edge. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I'm dying.
You're good.
So Ava really has had a bad relationship with Kraus Nissan since long ago?
Hasn't she talked about it? They were always at each other's throats.
She never talks about the past, even if I ask.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Hold on. I'm gonna pause the recording for a bit. Alright, I'm back. I still have the hiccups, but like, they're not going away for a bit. Fuck me running. She never talks about the past. Even if I ask, she probably doesn't want to remember. She's always been brainy and shrewd. Her grades were good too. Compared to that, Aniki was just average. The simple fact she existed would have been pressure enough, but she kept boasting about it and driving him into a corner. That fool. Why drive him into a corner so openly? I'd hardly call that shrewd. No kidding. Aniki regretted being born a woman. Nowadays, she may have considered becoming transgender. Rudolph, I don't think you know what that means. So she probably couldn't forgive Aniki, since he was chosen to succeed the head just because he was a man. She's always boasted Dad, letting him see that she was better at every little thing. Father really is an old-fashioned person. Gender discrimination was part of his system of values. I'll bet Ava's eagerness to prove herself made him dislike her a bit. I'm gonna do. I'm moving so I can lay on my back and stretch out my diaphragm.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea?
How you feeling about this? How you feeling about having to say this stuff?
Getting me ready for Wanderlust. The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing.
Since you can still drink black tea without sugar. He was in fact saying there was no need for women to study. Those infuriating words were what Nissan hurled at me in my despair, when I asked to go to college only to be denied by father. I protested that I need to build up proper dignity and an education as the oldest daughter in the Utsunomiya family, making college an essential next step. But when it came down to it, father and Nissan's answers were exactly the same. How conceited for a woman. I've never taken the Ushiromiya name lightly, not once since I was born into it. And I've been even more careful not to take my father's name, Ushiromiya Kinzo, lightly. Our family is an old one, with many traditions. But it lost its wealth and business in the Great Kanto earthquake, pushing it to the brink at one point. That was when father took control with his ingenious talent, reviving it to be even greater than it had been before. Not once did I forget I was the daughter of that great Ushiromiya Kinzo. That's why I always made every effort to become worthy of that name. I needed dignity worthy of the Ushiromiya family, schooling, manners, and leadership. Even if I couldn't quite reach father's level, I deepened my knowledge in economics and finance, trying to improve myself so I could be of use to him at any time. However, in the end, father never acknowledged my efforts. To father, a woman was only meant to support a man, and nothing further than that was permissible. When was it that I came to understand that? It may have been as early as my childhood years. But I was going to have to wait until I grew up before I could truly accept it. Compared to me, you couldn't have said that Kraus, my older brother of 2 years, worked hard at all to become deserving of the Ushiromiya family name. He told me many times since my early childhood that he would naturally succeed father, simply because he was born a man. He kept on repeating that, as though it formed an uncrossable gap between us. I couldn't stand it. Even though I always got better grades than Nissan. Even though I became class president when he never managed more than vice president. Even so, Nissan was considered to be the appropriate successor to the Uchinomiya family just because he was a man. Fuck me running. Of course, you could find gender discrimination everywhere in those days. No, it was even considered a virtue in that era. During that despicable time, people said that when a woman is born, she obeys her parents, and when she gets married, she obeys her husband, and when she gets old, she obeys her children. But that was exactly why I wanted to turn that on its head. Innocently, I kept trying to prove that I was the most fit. However, I eventually realized that all of my efforts had been doomed from the beginning.
Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea? The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. What do you mean by that, Nissan? Just as there are roles that only men can fill, there are also roles that can only be filled by women, correct? I do believe giving birth to children, raising them, and supporting the master of the house are roles that can only be filled by women. Are you trying to say there's no need for a woman to work or study? I wouldn't go that far. Talking to an unschooled woman is tiring and nothing more. However, women are even more tiring when they're too smart. I do believe that a woman as violently assertive as you would bring no end of hardship to her future husband.
I've never wanted to punch someone more.
Yeah, didn't you see that art of Kraus beating up his younger self that I showed you?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that a woman has to marry and hide in the shadow of her husband? That's none of your business. Though you're my younger sister, I can look up to you for the respect you hold for father and your desire to become a daughter worthy of him. Even I am capable of feeling respect for such noble sentiments. That's just disgusting. What's this about noble sentiments? I'd call that flowery prose coming from you. Are you pretending to be the head already? The decision that I should succeed the headship has been established from the very beginning, and yet you seem to be laboring under the illusion that you might become the head, hence the useless and reckless efforts you've expended thus far. Reckless efforts? Is it really that bizarre for me to say I want to go to college? Yes, it is bizarre. You undoubtedly are the oldest daughter of the glorious Ushinomiya family. One day, you will support that family crest by being wed to the partner most valuable for father. However, excessive learning is not what's being asked of you. What you need are gentle feelings that will allow you to care for your husband, the ability to handle housework, and a humble demeanor that will reflect well on the master of your household. These are all skills you lack utterly. In the end, can you really call yourself a suitable daughter of the Ushinomiya family? I have no intention of being some secluded lady. I just want to become the person most capable of assisting father at his work. Then shouldn't you do so in a manner befitting an Ushinomiya family daughter? What is it with you? You're still mannish even at your age, and you've never learned how to wear makeup in a way that would please men, much less how to cook and do housework. I hear you've even been learning how to brawl. That's rude. The martial arts aren't brawling. They're a perfect way to train and discipline the mind. And when it's needed, I take more than enough care to act as a woman should. What are you trying to say? That women should be slaves who work for men, so I mustn't be so forward? It isn't elegant to say it out loud.
Jesus.
But I think a few unpleasant words are necessary in order to correct your mistake. So let me say it plainly. Women exist to serve men, and men exist to provide for women. A woman's job is to protect a man's back, to protect his house and raise his children. Most women realize this without being told. They realize it on their own. But even after all these years, you still haven't realized that about yourself. So I've decided to clear away that misunderstanding for you before you leave this family. You ought to thank me. His ideology is really weird. You know what I mean? Like women exist to serve men and men exist to provide for women. Isn't that kind of contradictory?
Yes, but that's a lot of how, like, shitty misogynistic Christians also.
Oh yeah, I know. It is contradictory.
Yeah, it is very contradictory, and they act like, oh, we're so smart, but no. Like, men and women are equal. Just because women exist to serve doesn't mean men don't exist to serve. Like, shut the fuck up. You just think women are lesser.
Yeah. Also, they're just saying that the whole system of relationships under capitalism are correct, which They are not.
Yeah.
I can go into a whole thing, but I'm not going to. This is an insult to all women. No, wait. I've never thought of myself as a woman, and I've never depended on anyone because I'm a woman. How am I inferior to you, Nissan? In grades and accomplishments, in everything, I'm better, so how can you look down on me when you have nothing I lack, except for the fact that you're a man? It's about knowing one's place. Every day, I have been raised with the readiness of one who will be head. In the future, that preparation will surely become essential. But you are different. Even though you will marry and lose the Ushinomiya family name, you're being trapped by this unnecessary illusion. What's your complaint? Even if you had been born a man, the successor to the headship still probably wouldn't have been you. Why are you so unsatisfied that you insist on attacking me even now? What's my complaint, you say? Nissan, you're always
Bitch!
always like that. Looking down on me because you'll succeed the head. Even though... Ah!
What's my complaint, you say? I've got a billion of them. Grudges, hard feelings, humiliations that I'll never forget kept floating through the back of my mind. They all built up at the same time, coming out of my throat as a shameful moan.
What's all this noise? God isn't the only one who holds silence as a virtue. Father? Father?
He'd probably overheard our sibling fight. Father entered with a clearly unhappy face.
Kraus, are you fighting with your siblings again? Why don't you have the dignity to act as a leader for your brother and sisters? How shameful. I'm embarrassed to hear this from my eldest son.
In a flash, he struck Krause's face. Look, hitting your child isn't cool. I'm having a hard time feeling bad for Krause in this situation after the fucking diatribe he went on.
Yeah, but... Let's see.
Oh no. I rated myself to be struck in the same way, but I wasn't hit.
My apologies, Father. Dignity isn't the only thing you lack. There's much more. You're immature in everything. And even so, you pretend like you're an adult. Realize that it's 100 years too early for you to talk like that. And devote yourself to your studies. Don't make me lament my son's incompetence anymore. Yes, I will continue to strive so that I can become a person worthy of succeeding you, Father.
It was as if those words were directed at me. Even when he was being yelled at by Father, he was still bragging to me about how he was special. About how he was the successor. I just couldn't stand it, and finally spoke what was on my mind. Even though I realized that it would be improper for a member of the Ishinomiya family to do such a thing.
Using my water.
Yeah,
Okay, here. Maybe I shouldn't.
I got you.
Father, please, tell me how I'm inferior to him. I've tried so hard, studied so hard to become a person who won't bring shame to your name. Please, tell me how I'm inferior. How can I improve myself enough to earn your acknowledgement? That again. How many times do I have to say it before you'll understand? I expect nothing from you. Women should be women and just learn how to cook and sew. You aren't prepared at all as a woman. In you, I don't see a trace of the mindset needed to serve one's husband, to earnestly devote oneself to a man's needs.
Explains why he was so fucking willing to throw everything under the bus to get Beatrice back.
Yeah.
Just another person he wants to control. What a cunt!
Yeah. Funny how he thinks that his daughter should learn to cook and sew when
Beatrice 100% doesn't know how to do either of that.
Oh, well, not that, but when he has servants to do it.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, you need to learn to clean and do household chores. We're rich!
Yeah.
You're gonna marry me off to another rich family. I'm never gonna have to do that.
Yeah, do you ever hear about Natsuhi having to cook or
clean? She's just fucking there. And she's like, alright, well, I guess I'll have an affair, maybe? I don't know. Something to spice up my life.
I mean, that was gonna be in the plot.
I'm glad it wasn't.
I'm also glad it wasn't, because Goda?
Yeah, there apparently at one point, it was considered that Natsuhi and Goda were gonna have Natsuhi was having an affair with Goda. I'm glad that wasn't a
You
thing.
can even see traces of it in episode 1, which is pretty funny. What good are you as a woman? Don't you realize that you're a daughter of the Ushiromiya family, and yet you only want to learn things so that you can act like a man? Your duty is not to imitate Kraus. Don't you even understand your own duty? As a member of the Ushiromiya family, I won't bring shame to your name.
Well,
That's it. That's where you're already wrong. Your duty is to marry out of the family and bring me a man who is profitable to me. And then you'll devote yourself to your husband, give birth to children, and multiply.
and multiply.
Go forth and multiply. Be a good wife who brings praise to your husband's family. Just what is it that you can do to please a man? Do you think that you can make tea? Do you have any talent in cooking? You have nothing.
What I really don't understand about this misogyny is like you're expected a woman to marry and then what, she's just not part of your family anymore. So you raise
Yeah, she's basically she's there to get a man who's profitable for Kinzo, I guess.
no, like even other than Kenzo, like this is like a thing.
Okay.
Like this is like a thing in culture and was in American culture for quite a bit. Where it's just like, okay, so you're supposed to marry a family and then what? Cut contact with your your family, like your blood related family. You're just supposed to never see them again. What the fuck? What?
That's actually part of I think that's part of one of the motivations behind one of the marriages in this series, and I'll talk more about it later because it's not really spoken about much. But it's really interesting to think about that in the context of this specific pairing I'm talking about that I'm not going to name.
Okay, I'm off the top of my head. I'm guessing that's because she didn't seem. No. Okay, well, I'm thinking that because she didn't seem too happy to think back on her family. It's just like it's so. So you're supposed to raise someone for 18 years. Hopefully you raise them for 18 years and you don't try to marry them off earlier. And then fucking send them packing with the first man you can find. And then never talk to them again. I don't... That's like psychopathic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never really understood it, especially because my family's fairly traditional in a lot of ways, but marriage was a way of combining multiple families.
Yeah. That's what's so... That's one of the cool things about marriage, is bringing two people of two backgrounds and those two backgrounds together.
Yeah.
The idea of saying it as, fucking sell, get rid of this kid, finally. Like, that's so fucking insane to me.
Yeah. All you've done is try to mimic Kraus, haven't you? Kraus will succeed the Ushiromiya family. If you are unsatisfied with that, then you are disobeying me. Are you saying you'll refuse to listen to what I say, even though you're my daughter? Get out. You're disinherited. I won't let you call yourself an Ushiromiya. Disinherited. Disinherited. Father, hang in there. Please calm down. Genji-san, could you bring some water?
He has like in fairness to Genji, and he's like has a full afro and a handlebar mustache. Like, oh wow, like wow, you really, yes, immediately.
Ava, leave this place. He doesn't mean what he says. I will calm him down.
Oh, so now you're feeling bad for her.
Clearly, he doesn't mean the disinherited part because
yeah,
you know she's still there.
Yeah.
Disinherited. If you won't listen to me, you're disinherited.
Father was coughing pretty badly, and Nissan patted his back, as if it was a duty that was naturally his. It was so vexing. You'd think, for someone so fucking traditional, you'd be like, it's the woman's job to take care of the sick! It was so vexing for me to let him take that duty all for himself right then. If I vicariously approached Father at that moment, then I would probably be the one to get hit next. However, I furiously tried to approach Father back. Genji blocked me. Eva-sama, perhaps it would be better if you stepped outside for now. The master's not in a good mood today. Like when he said, "Dude, I know he's a bitch, but like it's chill, okay, we got this."
Why are my children so incompetent? Grouse is lacking in dignity. Eva is always a stubborn tomboy. I have no son who is like a man, and not even a daughter who's like a woman. Is Rosa born at this time?
I mean, probably. They look fairly old. They're probably in high school at least.
Yeah, Kinzo's probably just saying shit.
Yeah. I like the idea that Rudolph is in the other room. He's like the room right over. He's like, what the fuck? I wasn't even a part of this. Why are you bringing me into this? Because Rudolph is definitely alive at this point.
Yeah.
Alive. Born.
Yeah. Where did I go wrong raising them? Why, Genji? Where did I go wrong?
Shit, man, don't bring me into this. Thus, so you have done anything wrong. Kraus-sama has grown into a sturdy son and Eva-sama into a lovely daughter. You haven't made any mistakes. I'm not bringing up Rudolph, though.
He forgot. Who's Rudolph?
Never mind.
How can you say that?
Rudolph's in the other room crying. Like, what the fuck?
What's so lovely about her? Far from a lady, she's always acting like a man. Disinherited. Disinherited.
That is actually quite in vogue these days, sir. There are many men who are attracted to those qualities. It's like, oh.
1960s?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like that's around the era, like, when a lot of countercultural stuff started happening.
That's fair. I'm just not sure about how it was in Japan.
Yeah.
Especially with this guy.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I think it was about Kinzo's standards and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was it? I can't. Oh, damn it! I can't remember. I'm gonna go back now.
Here.
Okay.
It doesn't let you go any further than that.
Okay.
Couldn't remember it.
Yeah, I held that thought for too long.
Oh no!
And then I dropped it.
Oh no!
Yeah, but Kinzo always does all this nonsense.
Yeah.
He just says shit.
Yeah, he does. You'd think he'd be okay with Rudolph kind of being a playboy, a womanizer.
Yeah, I remember now. A hot take, but I think that Eva would be the best successor out of all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't obviously with my own beliefs, I don't think that anyone should succeed the family.
I think Battler should.
Oh yeah, true. I think obviously Kraus is gonna waste waste money on stupid shit, and that's why Kinzo starts to hate him more. But Eva, I think, would make the smartest decisions financially.
Yeah. She's a cunt, but she's smart.
Yeah. That is even talked about here. Father, that's just what I'm always telling Eva. Eva has promised that she will have a change of heart and act like a lady. Couldn't you postpone that decision for just a little longer?
No, the fuck I haven't. It's just like...
Who's a lady? Disinherited.
Can you do the two coughing, then ooh, and then do ooh in the Maria voice? Yeah. Huh?
Also, it's interesting how Kinzo just changed his mind and he went, okay, I don't care about the gender of my successor. Anyone can succeed the family as long as they solve my riddle.
Solve my fucking riddle. Go quickly and leave this to me. Kraus gave me a look telling me that.
I'm eating a lot of water.
You had to talk a lot in voices you don't like using.
Yeah, I mean, not that I don't like using them, it's just my throat.
Yeah. Did I take the wrong path? Just like Father and Nissan said. True, I never studied how to be a lady. Everything I've learned was done in the hopes that I could help Father someday. But is that really true? Haven't I always been trying to compete with Nissan, with whom I've had a bad relationship since I was a young girl? Because I wanted to steal his position as successor and show him a thing or two? Every chance he gets, Nissan tells me that men should be manly and women should be womanly. I've been tormented by this unfair discrimination just because of my gender. Something people are born with and can't do anything about. Joke's on you, bitch! What do you think I'm doing? I resisted, endeavoring to stay to this very day to study and prove that I'm not inferior despite being a woman. But doesn't that mean my love of learning comes entirely from the stupid complex I've gotten against Nissan? Father wanted me to become a lady with whom he could go out in public and not be embarrassed. Did I betray his hopes? And earning good grades and threatening Nissan just to satisfy a childhood resentment? Is this young Ava?
Want me to tell you?
Nah, I guess. Or else, I don't. That's not it. You swore to me saying I will become the successor to the Ushiromiya family. Is this her girlfriend?
Her girlfriend who looks a lot, who has the same hair and eye color as her?
Okay.
You,
The one whispering to me was the me of my years as a young girl, born inside my heart on the day I made that oath. I thought it would be fun I thought it'd be cool if, like, in middle school she had a girlfriend.
that she snuck onto the island.
And I was thinking, like, this, like, imaginary sort of thing.
Imaginary girlfriend?
No, not that! That's right. She was my only ally. When things got difficult, when I felt like I was about to get crushed by it all, she would always quietly appear and support me. When I ran into roadblocks and despaired, she would always appear and support me. When I grew up and the memories of my childhood years faded, I also started to forget my conversations with her.
Ushiromiya Ava, will definitely become the head of the Ushiromiya family, and I'll triumph over that irritating, arrogant Kraus. On that day, we promised to do our best together to achieve that. That's right, we promised. On that day, I promised that I would become the successor to the Ushiromiya headship.
On that day, when I had been overcome with sadness, wondering why I was even alive, you appeared from inside me and lent me your strength.
Father didn't accept me. I wanted to teach Nissan a lesson.
Let me make a prediction for this episode. Ava's gonna be an adult that survives the first night.
It would be funny if she just died and this took a weird left turn.
Like, oh, what the AU, what if Ava died when she was a child?
I believe that doing this would let me say goodbye to the wretched creature I once was.
For a time, I truly believed that my life had no purpose other than to be looked down upon by Nissan. It's painful just remembering those days. There are a wound, a crack inside my heart. She taught me how to sew up that wound. I turned my anger into effort and improved myself, trying to become a person more worthy of the headship than Kraus was, trying to triumph over him by making Father accept me. It was my perfect revenge. I was vaguely aware that a woman couldn't possibly become the family head, but I thought that maybe, if I could prove myself valuable enough to overturn that premise, then surely even Father would select me to be his successor. If that happened, then I'd be able to have the greatest and most perfect revenge against Nissan, who always acted like his succession to the headship was completely inevitable.
That's right. If we can manage that, the wounds in our heart will be healed. We promised each other to do our best until that day comes. And now you're saying you're going to break that promise? Scum. Coward.
Pussy.
If only you'd just give up and die.
Even though she looked like me as a kid, she was still another me. Her tongue was sharp because it was mine.
It makes me pretty mad hearing that, even from myself. You have no right to speak to me like that.
Like when the servants are off in the corner, like, should we do something? Ava-san is talking to herself.
Again.
Again.
Then let's use that anger to fuel our learning. Changing anger into power is my magic.
Huh?
I've saved you from a bunch of tight spots with that power, letting you succeed when you shouldn't have. As long as you have my magic, there's nothing you can't do.
Huh? Is this about magic?
That's right. Anger has always been my driving force. I wonder when it was I forgot that. If you can remember me again, that magic will become ours once more. Come on, let's turn that anger into power and study even harder, okay? I know we've still got a lot to learn. Let's go to college, study more and more, get excellent grades, and drive Kraus into a corner. That guy acts like we're nothing, but I'm sure he feels pretty well cornered on the inside. If only he'd just learn his place and die. If he did, we could become the head. Rudolph won't take the job. That kid can't go against us. Stop that. No matter how much more I study, Father still won't accept me. Why not? Father told me to be womanly. Because I'm a woman, no matter how hard I tried, Father wouldn't have passed the headship on to me, even if I had been born before Nissan. No matter how much effort I put in, I can't become anything more than a woman. I won't be acknowledged. Nissan doesn't try at all, but I can't surpass him. He'll look down on me forever. Father and Kraus are the worst kinds of male supremacists. If only they'd just die.
She cursed them for my sake. Words I couldn't say so easily, she said for me. Even though I understand that she's just another part of myself inside of me, I feel like she's the only ally I have who can sympathize with me. However, while sympathy might do a lot to calm my heart, it won't do anything to improve my current situation. In the end, she can only console me for however long it takes me to be dejected by reality, before I finally accept it.
Thank you. Wait, thank you. I've done enough. Now that it's come to this, I'll become such a good lady that it'll shock even Father. I'll find an excellent man that Nissan can't even compare to. You can't do that.
She rejected my timid thoughts. I understand. Because she is me, I understand.
All Father said that he won't let a woman succeed the headship now. But even that's just a rule Father made up. Since he made it, he can get rid of it. Human feelings can change far more often than the number of sand grains on a beach.
Beatrice, are you pretending to be younger her? What the fuck?
Kraus is such a stupid man that Father's eventually going to realize it, even if we don't prove it for him. When that happens, the wall that separates man from woman will be demolished by Father himself, who set it up in the first place. Y'all heard it. Ginzo invented gender.
That sick bitch!
That day will surely come. How can you be so sure? Because that's my magic.
Have we laid it on thick enough?
If you just believe, this magic will surely summon a miracle. The basis of my magic is nothing more than your believing heart.
Come on, are you getting it yet, audience?
What?
They're laying it on so thick.
What?
I fucking wonder. If I use this magic, then surely I'll never have to doubt until the day I die that I'll eventually become the head. I don't know if that's the right thing for Ushiromiya Eva. Maybe I should aim to become the kind of lady Father wants. Someone who could proudly participate in high society. And if I'm reborn, maybe Father will change his opinion of me. Maybe I can find my own lifestyle, just as Nissan has found his. Anyway, I just can't imagine my stubborn father choosing a woman like me as the head. Especially if it means sleeping over Kraus.
You don't believe? I was just thinking. Maybe I can't succeed the headship, but as a woman, I can have a child. And Nissan still isn't engaged. If Nissan isn't able to father a child, and I give birth to one, then wouldn't that make my child the next head after Nissan? In other words, wouldn't that mean the same thing as stealing the headship from Nissan? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. True, it'll be very sad to abandon the resolve I've had since childhood. It pains my heart to betray you, my younger self. But this is my most realistic option. Are you throwing away your dreams? And me as well? I'm not throwing anything away. I'm an adult, and the day has come for me to part ways with you. That's right. Ava's already become an adult. She's even forgotten how to use magic. And now she's the mother of a single child. She forgot all about how magic can grant one's own dreams. And now she's forcing those dreams onto her son. Even though Father and Kraus ruined your life, you're trying to push your dreams onto your son, ruining his life. Is that what you call being an adult? George is a son I'm proud of, one who won't embarrass himself no matter where he goes. The dream I wasn't granted might come true for George. Jessica's a delinquent in both her grades and her behavior. And she's a woman. If only Jessica would step down, George would become the heir.
Even saying it was painful. Am I just forcing my own regrets onto George? It's not like I have any right to look on Jessica with scorn. Wasn't I just horrible for hitting her with the same words that caused me so much suffering? I understand. I understand. The desire to triumph over my brother is part of my own personal revenge. I can't use George for that.
So I'll take revenge myself. I have a plan to cheat Nissan out of some of his money, with Rudolph and Rosa as my allies. I'll surely be able to get back at him. In any case, I'm sure that Nissan is embezzling Father's assets. What a boring plan. Why don't you just give up on that and cry yourself to sleep? We will become the Ushinomiya family head. Don't mistake what your dream is. And believe me when I say it'll definitely come true. Believe in my magic. If I believe, I wonder if any power will dwell in that magic. It will. My magic can grant any wish with certainty.
Wait, certainty?
I'll believe. I'll believe. So create a miracle with that magic. If you don't, the hole in my heart will never heal. Okay, then listen well. Listen to my magic words. And understand, if we solve the riddle, we can become the Ushinomiya family head. So lend me your ears and listen carefully.
Beluga, wooga, wooga. It's just like, huh? Behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the golden land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. Oh, I have many questions. And I hope at least...
Ava Mason, it looks like we're about to arrive.
Katie shook her shoulders. Ava jumped and awoke from her doze. Where am I?
I'm sorry. I was half asleep. Sorry to scare you.
Ava, you're out cold. Did you get up early this morning? Did you have a vision?
Maybe.
We must solve this riddle.
I let you all see something embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Well, I'd say it's pretty impressive you were relaxed enough to sleep. The other kept yelling, we're gonna fall, we're gonna drown. Can't get bored with this guy around. Shut up! All humans have at least one thing they're weak against. That other Jessica came in, messing around. Rudolph also made a face as if asking, are you okay? Get a hold of yourself. When you see Dad and the rest, all that sleepiness will go right out the window. Let's all give it our best, okay?
That's right. We have to keep it together, especially this year.
That's it. Let's all tighten our assholes and go. I thought it was gonna let's tighten our resolves and go. I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, it's Rudolph. What are you expecting?
Rudolph said these strict words in a small voice that only Ava could hear. Failure would not be tolerated in this year's family conference. All of their companies were hanging in the balance. Even Rudolph's face looked a little tense. Ava's expression probably looked tense as well. Mom, I have our luggage! Let's go up onto the deck!
Thank you. You really are considerate, George.
As a reward, I'll let you marry that servant girl you're attracted to. What? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm joking.
Why are you thanking me so suddenly? It's not like you, Mother. Ava, George, we're there. Grab our luggage.
We're there.
Hey, Maria, stop running or you'll trip. It seemed Maria was already getting excited. She ran circles around Hideyoshi, escaping from Rosa, who was trying to catch her. What is it, Mother? Do you feel sick? George! Take our luggage and go on ahead. Your mother's probably feeling anemic, so I'll lend her a hand. Apparently she's anemic. I didn't know that. Really? Okay, I'll head out first. Something odd in Ava's expression told Hideyoshi that it hadn't been a pleasant awakening, so he made George go on ahead. Rudolph's family and Rose's family also went up onto the deck, leaving only Ava and Hideyoshi inside the boat. Ava had a vague expression on her face, as though she still hadn't been able to escape from her daydream. What's wrong? Why the meek face?
I wonder if I'm using George as a tool for my own revenge. I wonder if my childish hostility towards Nissan has caused me to treat that child's life like a toy.
Whoa, that got a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be.
What have I done? What have I...
That isn't true. George is our wonderful son, and he'll always perform admirably wherever he goes. Eva, even if you let your own hopes get in the way of it, everything turned out okay in the end, hasn't it? You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, George is grateful for the strict discipline you gave him, right?
Really? Hey, really? George doesn't think I'm a terrible mother, does he? Does he?
He's never said anything like that, not even once. You're just worrying it too much. I know for a fact he hasn't said anything like that. I listen in on him when he's high.
Hideyoshi-sama, everyone has left the boat. Oh, did you lose something? Do you need a hand?
Kumasawa had come to check on them when they hadn't gone up to the deck. Hideyoshi hid Ava behind his back so that her expression wouldn't be seen. Yeah, sorry. My necktie pin just got a bit crooked. We're fine and we'll be out in the set. Wait outside for us.
Is that so? Then I will wait outside.
Even though she didn't really understand, Kumasawa realized that something had come up and disappeared so that she didn't trouble them further. If they stayed here any longer, they would probably make everyone else worry too. It's about time to go. We'll make George and the rest worry.
George really doesn't despise me.
Yeah, nothing of the sort. In fact, he's very grateful. It pans up. Sometimes I feel like my mom's just using me for her own personal revenge, and it's really gotten in the way of me being able to truly appreciate her. Did you have a nightmare? Again? More like a hint for the future.
Yes,
Hideyoshi knew that Ava was often tormented by nightmares.
me too.
They always grew more marked on the days leading up to the family conference. Hideyoshi knew that Ava's relationship with Kraus was still full of antagonism to the point of being traumatic, and that she still couldn't let go of the feelings she'd had as a child. That was a dream. I'm with you now. If I grasp your hand like this, that dream will go away. Right? Hideyoshi, no, don't. Don't. She needs that hint. To focus on the... She needs that hint. Look, I'm holding tight.
That hurts. Thank you. I'm fine now. Let's get off the boat.
Yeah, let's get off the boat. Everyone's waiting for us.
I'm sorry.
Hmm?
I'm sorry that I yelled at you about the smoke from your cigarettes just now.
Come on, you normally wouldn't apologize for that sort of thing. You're all frail after having that dream. Don't worry about it. I was wrong for not realizing that the smoke was affecting you.
There's also a no smoking sign.
Wait, is there really?
There was, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Have you started to hate me?
No way, no way. If I hated you after something like that, we wouldn't have lasted 3 days. Come on, stand up, stand up. Let's get off the boat.
See?
Out of the fucking way, Goda! Oh wait, no, okay. Yeah, oh my god.
Hideyoshi-sama, Eva-sama, is everything alright? Are you not feeling well?
This time it was Goda. It looked like they kept everyone waiting too long after all. Even Ava had to stand up without grumbling now. She had to stop forcing her bad mood onto her husband and causing him any more trouble. That wasn't something a good wife would do. Oh no, she's forgetting the dream.
Is everything okay? If it's a matter concerning your health, shall I call Dr. Nanjo? Thanks, but I'm just feeling a little anemic. I'm fine now.
It's a woman's disease. If you say so, I'm pretty sure anyone can be
It's
in
pretty common in people who have periods.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Come on. Don't say stuff like that in front of people. It's embarrassing.
Oh, sorry. Ava elbowed Hideyoshi in the gut. Fucking ow! You are like a black belt. That fucking hurts. By that time, her normal expression had returned, which allowed Hideyoshi to relax a little. Alright. We'll keep going. The bright sunlight outside almost made her dizzy. A small plank for getting off the boat was lowered, and Goda was waiting there, smiling and ready to lend him a hand.
Please, Eva-sama. Your hand. Thank you. Welcome to Rokkenjima.
Welcome back. Please make it back in one piece, and/or enjoy your stay. Alright. That's where we'll end it. That was a good place, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait,
Go.
all of the goats! Low-level furniture, all of them! Just all of those goats! Low-level furniture in service to Beatrice. They are great in number, but silent and lacking personality. They obediently follow their master's orders. Their senses are closer to those of animals than humans, and they're surprisingly dull-witted, which sometimes leads them to misunderstand their orders. They have by nature a massive build like a minotaur's and fearsome superhuman strength. They may be low-level furniture, but the ability to summon an inexhaustible supply of them makes them extremely convenient. Alright. Alright, that's saved. Oh, come on, title back. Yes.
Alright. Hope you're all enjoying episode 3 so far.
I know I am. I have a
Yeah.
lot of questions.
They'll be answered pretty soon.
Alright, bye everyone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave
Don't
comments.
let me.